So astrology is pretty incredible. It's like having these incredible ingredients for you to create or add on or understand what you're ready on purpose to create, right? So these are incredible times when you get to understand more of who you are and who you're being. So we've been talking about these eclipses, and eclipse season is done. So this full moon coming up, which is a full moon in Libra, ends the eclipse season. So what does that mean for you, and how does that impact you? So whatever you've been going on between the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse and that beautiful and very powerful equinox that woke up that Aries and I am presence right there smack bang in the middle, whatever you've been going on for this last month is going to literally have a powerful impact for the next 6 months. So you've got to know that there's no beginning and no ending to this. It's just a threading and a constant evolution of how you connect your dots, dot your I's, cross your T's, and you can only do these things when you are in tune with you. So Moon in Me again raises your awareness to who you're being. A full moon gives you that opportunity and reawakening that your house is full, right? But in the presence and the zodiac energy of Libra, okay, which has the symbol of, you know, the scales, we look at how are you weighing your life? What is going on? How is your emotional self, for example, out of balance? How's your mental capacity or your mental body out of balance? How's your relationships, and which relationships are out of balance? Or even more importantly, you know, you looking at your core, which is what's happening right now, okay, for you to start looking at how you're tuning in and bringing yourself into balance. Looking at what is out of balance is just gonna project more of what's there, because you have to understand that Moon in Me introduces you to raising your awareness, but it also raises your awareness that there are laws of the universe, as there is a law of resonance. What are you resonating with? Okay, what are you in balance with, right? And balance sits in your rays of light, and your ray of light of balance is all about your communication, the communication with yourself, how you're bringing yourself into balance with your love relationships, your career, how you're serving yourself and others, your financial wealth and trajectory, the bridges that bridge you to know who and what is really going on. So where I want you to go in and have a look at, because there's so much here, I'm like trying to think, okay, what's the most important thing that I can share that I haven't already written down for you? Because once you go read what has been shared and what is channeled is absolutely amazing. There's just so much. These are incredible times. And it starts off with you, okay, understanding balance is a big one. And it's a big one because you are being called by this inner presence and this higher energy, okay, that is calling forward this new book of life, the space that there is a true ending with a brand new beginning here. And this could be that you are having a relationship and the relationship has just come to an end. But you've also got to look at, is that relationship really coming to an end, or is that relationship going to go in and clear up, you know, some karmic imbalances, and then you're going to have that relationship carry on. Say, for example, this relationship is with your mother or your father or an ex-partner or your own offspring. It could be a child of yours, all right? You can't just cut them off, but this opportunity turns the page. Okay, how are you going to bring this relationship that you are balanced in the relationship, right? How are you going to be able to do that? And you're either going to turn left, which is my right, or you're going to put yourself in a position, okay, that you are in charge. And by you understanding what full moons are about, and if you don't really get the gist of it, the Moon and Me Notebook is a powerful resource, right? Full moons give you those windows of opportunity, okay, by the planetary lineup. So there's so much going on right now with the opportunity and the, how would I put it? It's like all the arrows are pointing to Venus, all right? And Venus has been, everyone calls that it's Venus retrograde, but there's nothing, everything that stands still. It can be a little bit stagnant, it can be held back, it can be slowed down, but nothing ever stops. Our life can't stop. We wake up in the morning, we go back to sleep, our life wakes up in the morning. It's like putting the sun, okay, and saying, okay, the sun's gonna stop shining. It doesn't resonate with that. The law of the universe doesn't allow for that. No matter how powerful you are, you can't stop that sun from coming up, setting and rising. Those are the laws. So your law of resonance here, I want you to understand how powerful this moment is, because it is amazingly what is here for you, that you can go create what you really want, but you've got to understand the importance of bringing yourself into balance, okay, and into harmony, all right, with who you are being. How are you expressing yourself? What are you saying? What are you connecting with? How these things implicate and impact you, right? So with the energy in Libra, which is looking at, okay, where are you out of balance? Are your thoughts out of balance? Are your emotions out of balance? Are you out of balance with a certain relationship? Are you out of balance with you, yourself? So if you're able to know who you are and then get to the core piece here for you, you're in a good space, because as this full moon comes, right, there is this lineup and this squaring off of planets. And anytime that Venus has an agreement with Mars, there's something of a seesaw effect, right, that is looking for harmony. Think of it like your peaceful warrior, right? And that is where it gets tricky, because Chiron is the planet of the sacred warrior. So anytime Mars is in full presence, you know that Chiron is there and the sacred warrior is present. So this time that has just passed has been with those wounds and those hurts and those disappointments and those fears and all these things. This is the moon and this full moon that can bring you back to balance. Now, how do you do that? You have to let go of these wounds, okay, so that you are getting into this peaceful warrior energy. Because if you don't, your warrior is still moving forward, but it's going to move forward as the wounded warrior, okay? And so where people get misled and where things get misinterpreted and misunderstood, you think that you can turn angers and resentments and all these festering energies that cause these multitude of explosive angers to be peaceful. They can't. Think of a riot, and when people are getting just angry, are they getting peaceful or are they getting rowdier? Okay? Well, that's what it is. So this gap year in these days right now, as we move into this full moon, you know, a few days before, a few days after, block up some time. Give yourself the opportunity to create a sacred moment, okay, where you put pen to paper. Write down these emotions that you feel you've been betrayed, or you've been cheated on, or you've been ignored, or you've been lied to, or you've been taken advantage of. These are all feelings that pertain to you. Write them down. I call the process Write to Heal. You know, you don't have to go get anything. If you do, the benefits are tremendous. Okay, but put some pen to paper down. Write it so that you're able to heal. Okay, and then allow yourself to just capture and observe yourself. Where is it that you're getting out of balance? What is causing a trigger? What person in which relationship is like really getting under your skin, right? What is it? So that you are able to get to that wound and get to a place where you can move to being peaceful and still continue on your warriorship as you journey through your own life. But the busyness of life and your to-do lists and the emotional distortion and quickness of people wanting to deal with what's just on the superficial level and not really go into the inner bounds of what's important. Why? Because it's not comfortable. And no one really wants to go look at why you've been hurt and what it's all about and where it came about. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm asking you to acknowledge it. I am hurt, I'm feeling hurt, I'm acting as if I'm hurt. Okay, write it down, why, and then give yourself that bridge, that passageway, right, to go in and line the things up for you, right, so that you give yourself that opportunity. And that's the lineup that, you're going to see there's so much chaos out there. There's so much noise out there. There's so many distractions. And people are just not tuned in, okay? You and only you are responsible to tuning yourself in so that you're able to be connected, so that you're able to recognize, okay, I'm in harmony or I'm not. I'm in balance or I'm not, okay? You cannot not be in the relationship. You are in the relationship, and those relationships are either in balance or in harmony or peaceful or not. So it's really a sacred time, and it's a time that there's so much information out there. And I have to tell you this, it was brought up and go, this is a pink moon, this is this moon, this is that moon, this is, the Venus is in retrograde, and this is a good time because all old relationships are coming back. Yeah, they are. It's like a full circle. Everything is coming full circle. But have discernment to what you're listening to out there, because what resonates for one person doesn't mean it's resonating for you. And there is no program out there. You have to listen to this. There is no program out there that is going to read your heart pulse. So you have to understand the difference between knowing that you're intelligent and having intelligence and being smart and knowing about who you are and who you're being, right? So you just knowing those two things and putting that into balance for yourself, that's a big one. That's you being able to raise your own rays of light and strengthening that for you. So it's a powerful moon, like they all are. It's not the same. And the lineup of planets that are coming in here with Saturn and, hold on, I just forgot right now as I'm speaking to you. Let me think about this. So it's Saturn. Saturn is being crossed over with the other side in the moon sign, okay, with Taurus. And the synergy that brings in is your beliefs that you've been carrying in the past. If you're not letting them go, it's like a springboard or an elastic that just won't break, and it will sting you if you don't let them go. So let me put it in this way. It's like forgiving but not forgetting. It's like going for a walk so that you can revitalize yourself, but you can't stop getting out of that argument with that person that has hurt you, or you in like a contrast with, or you go into you're having a meal and it's a beautiful meal, but you're not giving yourself that sacred space to enjoy the meal, and you're complaining about something that is just not satisfying. Right? So you are kind of being left nowhere. You're not taking the opportunity to go, and you're really not letting go. So you're in the valley, and you're in that stream of yesterday, where yesterday's already gone, and tomorrow's they're gone is coming, but you're still there. That's how tricky this pond is, because it doesn't have a faucet that goes anywhere. It's just like a pond, and the only thing this pond can do is swirl you around with the same old things, just at different levels. How do you get out? How do you elevate? It's not going forward, it's not going backwards, it's not going sideways. The only way you get out is by going up. You elevate. How do you do that? You stay focused, you breathe, you ignore the other stuff, and you breathe in and you hold it in for yourself, and you know, okay, this is a time of inner strength, focus, and acknowledgement. So that your warrior is sitting in the element of elevating you into peace and not dealing with the wounds of the past, right? It is really, really, really huge. But the way you'd want to see it is just keeping yourself still, understanding it's a full moon, time to let go, right, of being one side up, one side down. Just simple. Bring yourself into balance. Know that you're going to bring yourself into equilibrium. How you're thinking, how you're feeling, brings yourself into a peaceful mode, you're good. And you feel like this, and you're forcing yourself to then, you go like this, and it doesn't feel good, trust your intuition. Trust your intuition, because Venus is out there, and she's pouring this abundance, this harmony, this sense of love and romance for that you can be, to be igniting in those spaces of that relationship, that opens up what you're really, really, really looking for with you inside you. It's really a magnificent time, because this touches you, your relationships, and your relationship with you, your home, your children, your money, your career, how you're serving. Know how to bring it in with your I am thread. Okay, because Libra is our way, so now match it, okay, to who you are in your I am thread, right? So just read your information, understand that this is a fabulous time and a critical time to know, are you ready to just know who you are? Are you ready to go within you and truly release those wounds that have marked and edged and put their mark on you as a person? Can you put that up on the shelf and close that book and move on? Because if you can, that's called courage. Okay? And courage is that ray of light that is calling you, and it's calling you strong into the light that Venus has a huge cornucopia, okay, right now. There are blessings your way. You have support. You have so much for you in front of you if you are lined up. All right, stay good, stay strong, and it's Moon and Me time.